Okay, well let's take it from the top. Why don't we? We got the M12 is a 15-gallon solution tank. It's a 15-gallon recovery tank. That means not a lot of filling up, not a lot of emptying. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, well, Paul, it's 15 gallons, but how does that help me do tile and grout and carpet cleaning? Well, the reason we're able to do both is because we've got two modes of cleaning built into the same machine. Here's what I mean. Come closer, I'll show you. This switch right here, if you flip it over, it'll turn on a 1200 psi pump. Now, with 1200 psi, you can do tile and grout. And to recover that water, you've got two high-performance 2-stages in air parallel using 2-inch fittings. So you're moving a lot of air, you're picking up a lot of water. But now you're saying, well, look, I can't use 1200 psi to clean carpets. And you're right. You don't want to use that much pressure to clean carpets. But you're also saying, I know what you're thinking. You know what you're thinking? I know what you're thinking. I want a heater. I want to use heat. No problem. No problem. You flip the switch over to the other side, it turns on a 250 psi pump, perfect for cleaning carpets, and turns on a 2,000 watt heater. Now you get the heat you need. Components, what am I looking at, 3, 4 cords? No, not 3 or 4 cords, it'd be ridiculous. You don't need that, you don't want that. You know what you need? You need 2 cords, that's all you need. No more than 2 cords. That's what we did. This machine, 2 cords, 2 separate circuits. And how do you know that you're on separate circuits? We got a separate circuit indicator light. So when you're on those separate circuits, a 20 amp over here, maybe a 20 amp over there, this light will light up nice and bright and you're ready to go. It's got a gauge so you know where your pressure's at on the 1200 psi pump. 2-inch fittings, there's our 2-inch inlet. Got our QD up nice and high so you don't have to bend down to plug it in. Got our gauge so that you can adjust your 1200 psi when you need to. Got our switches up high. What else on this? It comes with the hose hanger, so you keep your machine looking nice and neat, keep your hoses out of the way for storage. Now the thing I really like on this machine is this. This is a power prime lever. Now it accomplishes 2 things. You might have seen this in some of the other videos we've done. But number 1, say for example, you plug all you fill your machine up, and before you plug your hoses in, you accidentally turn the pump on. And you realize, look, I forgot to plug my hoses in. And now I can't plug it in with that 1200 psi, that 1200 pounds of pressure there. So what do? Well, if you push this lever down, it'll release that pressure so it's easy to plug your hoses in. But also, if you've ever had a machine and you've had a hard time with that high pressure pump priming because it's sucking air, if you press this lever down, it'll help your pump prime up. So that's a beautiful thing on this machine. We've got 12-inch wheels and 4-inch casters on the front. And the other great thing is the adjustment in the 1200 psi pump. So you can adjust it lower if you need to. Say you're just doing countertops and you don't want as much pressure, or you do want a lot of pressure, you can crank it up. So you can adjust your pressure on your 1200 psi pump from here, and you can see it on your gauge. We've got aluminum handles, aluminum pull handles here and here, so it makes lifting in and out of a unit easy. And one of the best features on this, especially for tile and grout, because when you're doing tile and grout, you're using a tremendous amount of water. And you would be filling up and emptying a lot if it wasn't for having an autofill and a pump out unit, and that's what this unit has. The M12 comes standard with an autofill, so you always have a constant supply of fresh water, and a pump out unit so you don't have to stop and empty your tank. Here's where the fittings are at. They're on the back. So you've got your autofill and you've got your pump out. Also, this machine's very easy to work on. Just to open it if you ever need to do maintenance on it. And that's it, and the machine hinges forward. So you probably noticed the drain valve was up nice and high. Now what's the purpose of that? Well, it's so you can drain into a 5-gallon pail if you need to, or you can back it up to a toilet and empty the wastewater tank right from the drain valve. You also might be wondering, why is there an inlet, an 1.5" inlet right there? Well, that's unique in the fact that it's hooked to the blower of the vacuum motor. So it has a blower attachment. What you can do is you can hook a hose up to it, and say you want to also get into touchless restroom cleaning or touchless kitchen cleaning or bathroom cleaning. Well, you can do that using your blower attachment. So you can use your high pressure, you can spray a bathroom down, and you can vacuum it up, but then you can also use the blower to help dry, and you haven't touched any of the items. Excellent. And you haven't touched any of the surfaces in a bathroom or a kitchen. That's the M12. You can do a lot of jobs with one machine. So you don't need to buy an extractor, you don't need to buy a high pressure unit, you don't need to buy a touchless cleaning machine, when you can purchase one machine that does it all for a very low price. And that price is right here. There it is, right there.